just a small question. Can we share screen? We have some PowerPoint presentation to support the things we are saying. Is it okay to share it or?
Yep, we can do that. We can make all participants. So yep, you can. You should have a green button for share screen, and it should work.
Yes.
Who's going to share? Are you, Cristina, or Irina?
I am going. Yes, I am going to share.
Okay. All right. Welcome to today's show. If hopefully you've already subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, I really appreciate it when people subscribe. You'll want to hit notify so you find out when new videos post. And there's at least one new video every week. And today we're going to talk about accessible travel in Romania. And I have with me Cristina Calianu and Irina Schwab from Sano Touring in Romania. And they specialize in accessible tours. So welcome to the show. Let's start with you, Cristina. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got in the business?
Hi, Ken, and hi, everybody. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for your invitation. I am Cristina, and I'm the owner of Sano Touring. I founded it in 2015, at the end of 2014. And we are now the only incoming travel agency in Romania that deals with accessible tourism. I didn't know anything about accessible tourism until 2013, when I did some research about senior travel, and came up on the accessible tourism facts. And I read for almost 1 year. I researched, I documented. And at the end of 2014, I decided to invest and found a company, a travel agent and a tour operator that will address accessible tourism in Romania. I'm very happy to have Irina with me since May 2015. And she's the travel manager of Sano. And she is basically the heart and soul of everything connected to accessibility and accessible hotels and venues and museums and concerts and everything. As she she is the one that is getting in touch with each and every customer that is requesting information. And what we are doing here at Sano Touring, we are actually auditing for accessibility every hotel, every museum, every restaurant, every venue that is on a specific path of our tours. And in order to be able to deliver not only on-site and real information, but only accurate information and very honest ones. Shortly, I am really happy that within 5 years, accessible tourism map, we are members of ENAT, which is the European network of accessible tourism. Now we take on globally. We are members of international networks such as Destination Travel Everywhere or Accessible Travel News. We are networks from Spain and from Portugal. Of course, we are members of the group of discussion Tabi Folk. This is basically the way we met, and we are trying to catch up more than 70 years of advance of Western cultures, Western countries in connection with the accessible tourism. And I'm happy that all the feedbacks that we have received from our customers, mostly wheelchair users and seniors that have visited us, coming from the States, coming from the UK, coming from Spain or Iceland, they were really impressed. They found here, according to their declarations, of course, what they found here was much over their expectations. And what makes us really proud is the feedback that we have received with regard to our services. All of them said that it's the same level as any other travel tourism agency they worked with in their previously, and it's making us really happy of what we have achieved within such a short time.
Well,
it was nice. A long introduction.
Okay, and Irina, a little bit about your background, just real quickly.
Hi, hello everybody. I'm Irina, and I'm working with Cristina since 2015 as a travel manager. It was a challenge for me to work in this travel agency, but it's an honor. Really, it's an honor. It was I lived great experiences. Also, it was very hard to explain the accessibility among the hotels, hotel owners or restaurants, but with little steps, we managed to put Romania on the accessibility map. So I'm honored. I'm honored. It's a pleasure to work here, really.
All right. Well, very nice. Okay, so if I'm a tourist and I want to book a vacation to Romania, what should I know first?
Oh, first of all, you should know that Romania is a medium-sized country situated in southeastern Europe. It has almost 20 million inhabitants, and it's a member of the European Union since 2007. But first, I guess you should also know that it is a safe country to travel. And we hope that when the tourism will be live again, people would know that Romania is a safe country. Yes, it's a safe country. Capital city is Bucharest, and it is perfectly located between seaside resorts and mountain resorts. Bucharest is the biggest city with almost 2.5 million inhabitants, and with international airports from the main city, with arrivals from the main city of Europe and of course the United States. Our national airline provides flights from Bucharest to New York for the moment. What to say more? Some facts about Romania. Interesting facts, I would say, that 1/3 from the mineral springs in Europe are found in Romania. So if you'd like to book a spa or treatment holiday, this is the choice. We have direct and inexpensive flights to Bucharest, so the access is pretty easy. We made progresses in accessible tourist field. Museums, hotels, restaurants, we can find accessible locations. We have a great variety of products. We have cities to visit. We have traditional, traditional locations like the village museums or rural tourism. We have the Danube Delta, which I think it's probably the most interesting destination after Dracula Castle. We have the Black Sea. We have mountain resorts, and of course, we have the events like Georgianescu Festival, International Festival, or for youth, Untold. I don't know. It's a big festival here in Romania and also in Europe. Untold So this is Romania in a few words.
Okay, big country in a few words. All right, so
Yeah.
how is Romania in terms of accessibility? How easy is it for someone that travels with a challenge?
Uh, if we speak about the accommodation in Bucharest or other major cities in the country, as well as in the mountain resorts or balneal resorts, they have an infrastructure adapted to people with special needs. Moreover, there are tourist attractions where tourism, where people with disabilities, where the tours for people with disabilities are developed, such as the Parliament Palace in Bucharest Museum. They organize special tours for people who are using a wheelchair. Or the Museum of Art of Romania and the Patriarchal Palace have facilities that allow access for people in wheelchairs. And I want to mention also the green areas that have smooth alleys that allow a safe and comfortable access. And it's a pleasant walk. I think it is wheelchair friendly, but you should need an advice from a travel agency. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and that's my feeling too. That anytime you're going to a country that you've never been to and don't know about accessibility, sometimes it's better to find somebody that knows their way around.
Yes, yes, it is advisable to come through through a travel agency. Yes.
Okay. And so, what are the top 3 accessible attractions to visit while you're in Romania, and why?
Oh, it's very hard to make a top 3, but because we have also seaside and cultural tourism, multi-ethnical cities, traditions. But if we are to make a top 3, on the first, I would say Bucharest, where you can visit the Palace of Parliament, which is the second largest building in the world after the Pentagon. And it was, as a curiosity, it was built exclusively with Romanian resources. We can also visit the Village Museum in the green area of Bucharest in Herăstrău Park, with its chic neighborhoods where the most political people live there. So it is a nice. This is the Village Museum. It's an open air museum. Also, if you are interested in cultural tourism, we can recommend the National Museum of Art of Romania or the National Museum of History, both of them wheelchair friendly. On the second, I would say Prahova Valley. It's with Sinaia as a mountain resort and its Peleș Castle. It's a great, as you can see in the picture, it is a great castle, wheelchair friendly. And on the third place, I would say the medieval citadels in Transylvania, the cities of Brașov and Sibiu.
Okay, can we back up? I want to comment on that last slide. That is pretty nice. They've got for the stairs, they've got a ramp to take people in a wheelchair up and down. That's that is not necessarily typical in a lot of places. We wanted to go to St. Petersburg and see some of the things in St. Petersburg, and they didn't have any way to get people in wheelchairs up the steps. So that's pretty amazing that you have that
Yes,
accessibility there.
This is the Natural History Museum of Sibiu. And yes, they have this ramp. So I guess this is our top 3. In Brașov and Sibiu, where you can find the medieval inheritance like the Black Church, the old center, the chic boutiques, the cozy terraces. But if you are arriving in Brașov or Sibiu, we recommend the traditional food. It is a must. We can organize some food tasting with traditional cheese or jams or various traditional meat products from pork, beef. And you can taste a little of our traditional beverage, such as tsuika or palinka, made of plums or other fruit from the garden. It's an alcoholic beverage, but it's good. So this is our top
I'm looking
three.
over here to the side because I'm looking at the food pictures.
You know, here is a special soup made of beans and smoked pork, and the plate is actually a bread, specially cooked, and the middle is replaced by this soup.
Mm-hmm. And is that like a cabbage roll there?
Yes, there are cabbage rolls. It's coming from, you should know that Romania is a really multicultural country because we are geographically placed between at the crossroad of the Orient with the Occident. We have all kind of influences from the south, the eastern Russia and Slavic influences to southern Turkish and Tatars influences during the centuries, coming from Austrians and Germans and Hungarians at the west. So everyone put some imprint, a very footprint on our cultural evolution. And of course, we are a country located at the Black Sea, and we had along the centuries important ports where influences from far away cultures such as Greeks or Orientals are also influencing our history and our cultures. And these cabbage rolls are part of the Turkish Oriental influences. And that white thing there, it's called polenta. Our friends from Poland have it also, but it's a different recipe, but basically is made of corn. Oh.
Okay. All right, very nice. I'm sorry, I got you distracted. I noticed that it looks like they have for the toilet is accessible because they have the ramp to take them down the steps.
The toilets, this is our major issue. We are working now on mapping the adapted toilets for now only in Bucharest.
Okay.
There is a problem with the toilets, but the gas stations, the fast food, or the public toilets in the park are accessible for wheelchair users.
Okay.
But to be honest, yes, it is a problem. It is a problem in the restaurants, for example. The restaurants have access for the wheelchairs, but they don't have restrooms. So
the entrance is adapted.
Yes.
Wheelchair users can enter the restaurant. They can even have a decent height of tables in order to have their meal. But when it comes to the toilets, they are not adapted. So when we are proposing options for meals during our travels, we are presenting as well the actual conditions for the toilets, and even say, okay, it's the case, for example, of that park near the Bucharest, Romania, Bucharest Village Museum. It's a huge park, open air, of course. It's a very wheelchair friendly. And they have a huge terrace near the lake that has an accessible toilet. And that's why when we are for the tourists that are willing to visit village museum, we are always telling them that the nearest accessible toilet is in the park at that terrace. And usually we are connecting the visit to the village museum to the lunch or the dinner in that place, in order to put the things somehow together. And what you see here, it's a very dear to us city. It's called Alba Iulia. It's a city founded by Romans, and then uh, that resisted along the century. It's now very well preserved. And when it has been restored recently, it's an example of accessible toilets that had been the accessibility was carefully taken into account when restoring it, and it's important for us. It showed interest from the public administration to this.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. Okay. And so what about, we talked about restaurants and the challenges there. What about the hotels?
Most of the hotels, most of the accessible hotels here are 4 or 5 star chain hotels, like Hilton or Marriott, but also the local owners of 4 or 5 star hotels made accessible rooms.
We have local ADA regulation in force since 2000, and they have been updated in 2012. And basically, all owners of hotels or restaurants or public places should be aware of the regulations concerning accessibility. Unfortunately, what happens is that they are not observed, or generally not observed, and this is a lack of a gap in the legal provisions. But what's positive in this is when it comes to a hotel, if one would like to have the 4-star or 5-star classification, they must comply to specific rules that foresee a certain number of accessible parking and of a certain number of accessible rooms for 100 or 50 rooms. So they are somehow compelled to comply with the legislation as long as they want the upper classification.
Okay. And I love this picture of the countryside. It's so pretty.
And we can also in the road between the small route that we presented you in these mountains. It is recently since 2 years, I guess, it is possible to have short trekking accessible for wheelchair users, for the
very
ones
nice.
who like to. Yes.
So if somebody wants to get out in nature a little bit, they have accessible. Okay, that is very, very nice. And I would think that one of the challenges, just about some of the smaller hotels and some of the restaurants, is the buildings are probably very old, and so it's very hard to modify them. We run into that in the U.S. That when they remodel, they have to update. But if until they remodel, sometimes there's just no way to easily create an accessible path. Okay, so how about transportation? Now I noticed. Let me ask. I'm gonna throw you guys a little bit of a curve because I saw your vans. There you go. So you guys have accessible vans and I'm assuming it'll take a scooter or a wheelchair, both, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We bought this van 2 years ago. It is an accessible van with a manual aluminum ramp. The angle is a slight angle, easy to use. It's a customizable seating. It can transport up to 2 wheelchairs and 5 passengers. It has a lot of space for luggage. It has internet access. And it has also a mobile elevator up to 250 kilos. So
it's a minimal equipment that we are always taking in our trips in order to overcome any potential accidents that may happen concerning the access to any. We have it on us to make sure that our guests are really serviced accordingly.
Okay.
Yes, and also the van can be used as a regular van 8+1.
Okay. And so it looks like too, I see a picture of an accessible boat.
Yes, we met them last summer. No, 2019 summer, because last summer nothing happened. They are having now a fleet of 5 small boats, out of which 2 of them are accessible. They allow, we are using this ramp, they can enter the boat, then they can transfer on the seatings of the boat. They anchor very well in that place, and they can take the boat trip for 1 hour or 2 hours. We designed for last summer but never used, so looking forward for the next summer. Some small tour of the south littoral part of the coastal area of the country. Not only there is not only the Black Sea, but also there is a lot of archaeology, a lot of Romans and Greeks have landed there and settled there, and there is a lot of culture to see. And also, it's a region where at least 6 minorities are living together for centuries and put their own touch to the local development. And also not nearby, but a little bit upward, it's the access to the Danube Delta, which is a great place to see at least once in your life, because it's really special, which is not accessible, unfortunately. But what we can do is trying to use this boat, this kind of accessible boat, to take a tour and visit some places in the Danube Delta while being there.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so what about public transportation? How is public transportation?
Oh, in Bucharest and the major cities, public transportation is partially accessible. For example, the buses have ramps. The subway, we have subway only in the capital city, only in Bucharest. The subway is accessible. It has ramps and elevators and accessible toilets in some stations. But the trams or the trolleys are not accessible. Also, it is advisable not to take the public transportation because I don't know how to say, maybe the lack of interest of the driver, or I don't know, maybe the traffic. You receive the help, but not as it should be.
Okay.
So it is advisable to rent a van. this is our recommendation.
Okay, yeah, and we find that in the United States too, that trying to find an accessible taxi, some places it works well, some places it doesn't work so well. I would say what I've seen so far, most of the places the wheelchair is pretty easy. There are cities in the U.S. where trying to go down in the old part of town, it's cobblestones and the sidewalk slants, and it's pretty bad in a wheelchair.
Yes, cobblestone is an issue mainly in the old city centers of Bucharest and medieval cities. It's quite annoying as a wheelchair user to use the cobblestone, but on the other hand, we can walk slower, and because it's really worth the while to walk there and take a journey there.
Yes. And cobblestone's not bad when it's flat. It's when it gets worse. We had a Baltics capital tour scheduled that we canceled because partly because the big city we wanted to go to was St. Petersburg, and like I said, it's basically not accessible pretty much anywhere that we want any of the attractions we wanted to see. But a lot of the along the I forgot the name of the scene now, but anyway, in the Baltics capital cruise, a lot of the cities are cobblestone, but they're also all of the tourist attractions. It's uphill and downhill, and so then that just makes it much worse, to ride in a wheelchair and see. So, okay, so in the major cities, if somebody's out and around, are the toilets are there accessible toilets in the big cities? You said the parks typically are?
Yes, the parks, the guest station, yes. The
commercial, the malls, the central, the malls usually have large court foods and food courts and also accessible toilets. And if we are late or something happens en route, we always recommend or not recommend, we always take this plan B, to use food courts and accessible toilets in the malls. It's a plan B. We always think to have a plan B. We try to have a plan B.
Plan Bs can be pretty helpful. I have been places where I ran out of my plan A did not work at all, and then trying to find plan B was a challenge. Okay, so let me ask the last question here. Is it okay to travel by myself, or should I really book through a travel group?
For sure, it is advisable to book through a travel agency. Yeah.
Yeah. And I, from what I've seen, I think that makes a lot of sense, and from our discussion, because, I think that having the ability to have somebody that knows the ropes and knows how to get you to places, and like I said, as the slideshow we went through, it's been very enjoyable to see. I was it looks like is that a boardwalk down there by the. Where is the boardwalk? I see it on the bottom left corner there.
It's in Alba Iulia. The citadel of Alba Iulia, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and here in the right, you can see Dracula's castle, because everyone is asking about Dracula's castle.
Yes, but the Bran castle is not accessible inside.
Yeah.
It's only available in the garden. It's only accessible in the garden, and pretty much that it is.
This group just came. This group just came from the Bran Castle. The lady waited for the three companions to get out from the castle. They could visit everything, and she stayed there and looking around. But she saw it. She wanted to saw it, and she did it.
Yep. So she at least got up where she could get a good look at it and take pictures. And I mean, I think pretty much anybody in the audience understands that there are going to be places that are not going to work. Because in the 1300s they didn't think about needing wheelchairs. There wasn't something that existed when these buildings were built. But looks like it would be an amazing country to visit. I've seen some things that look so interesting to me, at least. I love
Yes,
I
it
love
is.
the architecture. You look at that one right there on the left. That actually looks like a little bit of an Asian influence in the architecture of it. The way the roof sits and the pillars, and is that normal for Romania, or is that a architectural style that came from somewhere else?
It's the traditional Greek Orthodox church
Greece. Okay.
with outside paintings and columns. And this one is really very special. It's a small church that fortunately has survived communism. The sad story during communism, they decided to destroy the churches and replace them with blocks with and buildings that our rulers there, Ceausescu saw in Korea, and he was in China, and he was mesmerized of the hugeness of all these. And unfortunately, a lot of churches have been destroyed because of that. And this one is a little jewel, and we are happy that it managed not uh, to be destroyed. And the other building there, it's now it was built in the in between the wars, if I remember correctly. It was planned as a bank, and now it's also a bank, the most important state-owned bank,
Okay.
Czech bank, that one.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of other places. This is, for example, this is a piece of the old town in Bucharest. You see the cobblestone.
Uh-huh.
And here is the remainings of the old court. And this is the picture of Vlad Tepes, of Dracula, who was ruling from Bucharest for a few years during his reign. And here is the Palace of Parliament, a huge building that for this a lot of people remained without their homes, and everything was demolished. It has a sad history, but we are now proud of it. We have nothing else to do with it unless be proud of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is such a pretty. Is this inside that building, or
Yes, it's inside the Palace of Parliament. This is a view from the terrace. Here is the deputies' chambers, the parliament, basically. And for wheelchair users, it was a separate special route. And it was nice that regular tourists didn't have access to many places in that route that wheelchair users had. It was really special for them. They have a special entrance. We only have to schedule to let them know how many and when we can visit. And these are all that huge building is made with Romanian materials, with Romanian text, fabrics, and everything. Everything here is Romanian.
very pretty inside.
Yes, it's overwhelming. It's really overwhelming. This is the countryside in the middle of Bucharest. The And the management of the museum is really careful, and he is really preoccupied to to involve persons with disabilities in all kind of activities, and like pottery, or in this time of the year painting eggs, which is really real tradition here in Romania. For children, and also for persons with disabilities, with mental disabilities, or for blind or low vision. They have special actions and products to let them be part of. And this is the jewel. It was built by our first king. Maybe you don't know that we were a kingdom for some decades, and coming from the German family of Hohenzollern. And this palace was built in the same architecture and structure as German palaces. It is, if I'm not mistaken, it was the first palace to use electric lights.
Yes.
Irina, am I right?
Yes.
Anthony really loved this. It also have a special entrance for persons for wheelchair users. Again, with in order to usually typical tourists are walking quite a distance from the parking lot to the entry in the museum. But for the persons with disabilities, they allow, with wheelchair users, they allow the entrance very near to a secondary entrance, and then take the regular tour. And again, countryside, it's really nice.
Yeah, it is such a beautiful country. It looks like it would be such a fascinating place to visit. And then there'd be all that food I'd have to test.
Yes. This is the donut. This is a donut made of flour and cheese, which is boiled, and then here is the
Jam and
the jam, the
sour cream.
Sour cream and jam, usually blackberry or any other fruits.
Yep.
And this is an image from some street food, which is very popular.
Yes, like I said, I would have to come and try a lot of different kinds of food. It's one of the things my wife and I love about traveling is to try things that you don't see at home. And it was kind of funny because I took a group of young people to New York City, and in New York City you can find all kinds of food. And I asked them what they wanted to eat, and it was either hamburgers or pizza. No, try something you've never tried. Try something you can't pronounce, don't know how to spell. Try something different.
What do you want to eat? McDonald's. Well, we have also designed. Unfortunately, most of our vineyards are not accessible, but we have a long tradition in making wine. And there are some places in vineyards when you can taste, when you can live, when you in the autumn you can participate and get the wine done, getting the grapes and making the wine. And they also have small farms with animals, and it's a really interesting experience. Of course, with food, local food near the wine, and it's also an experience that one should take here while staying here in Romania.
So let me ask a question: if you were going to plan a trip to Romania, how long a trip should you plan? Is it 2 days, 5 days, 7 days?
3 weeks? Well, you see, it depends. If we are talking about accessible tourism options are quite limited. If you are talking about slow walkers, or options are already expanding, because in the northern side of the country there is an ensemble of seven painted monasteries which are UNESCO part of the UNESCO World Heritage, which are really beautiful and built around 1300 1400. It's a really must see, but one unfortunately not accessible for persons with disabilities and for wheelchair users in the inside.
Yeah.
Also in the northern side of the country there is a unique cemetery in the world which is called Mary Cemetery, where all the crosses are in wood and containing a limerick and pictures and the design drawings of the person in the grave. Each cross, it's very joyful and telling a funny story about the person that died. That place is also is one can we had a person in a wheelchair that visited there, and it's a really interesting place. But this means around 800 kilometers from Bucharest.
Wow.
So that's why I said around three weeks. But now Irina will tell you not wishful thinking, but
I guess the best holidays 7 or 8 night trip. Yes.
Okay.
I think it's a standard holiday which can cover the most important attractions in Romania. Yes.
Okay. So, if somebody wanted to plan a good trip, then they're planning, like you said, 7 or 8 nights, and you have an itinerary available that keeps them busy for 7, 8 nights. Okay.
Yes.
And we are very flexible because the interest, we have some itineraries, but if one is, let's say, interested more in rural areas, we can adjust.
Okay.
It depends of the interest of the tourist. We are trying to find everything about his interest and of course his access needs, and we are trying to adjust and make a very customized product applied to each tourist and his needs and expectations, and we are trying to make them happy and fully offer experiences, local experiences.
Okay. All right. Well, very nice. And what I will do is I will put a link to your website in the comments, and so we'll say goodbye to the folks. For those of you again that have watched and aren't subscribed, do me a favor. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. That way YouTube will share it with other people. If you haven't subscribed, again, I ask that you do so. And like I said, I will put links to Sano Tourism's information in the description down below so that you'll have the opportunity. And if you have questions, you can put them in the comments. And what'll happen is I will get, if I can't find an answer on my own, I will get a hold of the folks at Irina or Cristina, and they'll find you an answer so you can find out all you want to know about accessible tourism in Romania.